What's up guys, I'm back once again to show you some of the hot mods of the week, and in this week's episode we of course have a couple of brand new weapon mods. But to kick things off, as we all know, a general rule for video games is if it doesn't have a fishing minigame, then it is not a good game. And as we all know, Fallout 4 does not have a fishing minigame. I mean, even Skyrim now has a fishing minigame. So with this first mod, we're going to be adding that into the game with Commonwealth Fishing. And of course, what this mod is going to be doing is finally making Fallout 4 into a complete game by adding a fishing minigame. And to do this, all you have to do is head to a chem station and craft a fishing rod under the utility section, which is of course going to require one fishing rod. And then simply stand in knee-deep water and use said fishing rod, which you can find in the aid section of the Pip-Boy. And here your character will play the fishing animation, which is a little janky, especially on higher FOVs, but this is quite literally a fishing minigame in Fallout 4. Now as you can see here, I didn't catch anything, but maybe if you're lucky, you might catch a radfish. So if you finally want to make your Fallout 4 into a complete game, then maybe this mod is worth a download. And this week's weapon mod, if you want to call it that, is the MG69 DAX Assault Rifle Replacer. Now this is not a completely brand new weapon, simply a replacer for the vanilla assault rifle, but we're going to take a look at it anyway. Now what this mod is going to do is completely dependent on which file you download. The first file is going to only change the mesh of the assault rifle and nothing else. The second file is going to change the mesh, rename the weapon to the MG69, and rechamber the weapon to use .308 instead of the traditional 5.56. Now as this is only a mesh replacing mod, it does not affect any of the upgrades for this weapon, except for, well, the meshes. So let's take a look at them anyway. So you have a choice of 15 receivers, 4 barrels, 4 stocks, 4 magazines, 17 sights, and finally 4 muzzles. Now as this mod is a simple remesh and not a completely new weapon, don't be expecting anything crazy. All of the animations, for example, are exactly the same, including the reload animation, recoil, and weapon swap animations. Now the next mod I have for you is Maska Helmet Spetsnaz Steel, and you can acquire this helmet at any chem station under the Maska Helmet section for a small amount of crafting materials and requiring no perks. And as for protection, this helmet is going to offer you 25 ballistic resistance and 5 energy resistance. And finally, in terms of upgrades, you have the choice of ballistic weave, 3 visor options, and finally, you have a choice of an amazing 32 materials. Now, all the way back in episode 73, we took a look at the SIG MCX, and now we're going to take a look at the SIG MCX Armory Project. And what this mod is going to do is take one of the most customizable weapon mods that I've ever seen and give it even more options. Now, the original was by no means a boring weapon. With its combination of upgrades, it would take a very long time to become bored of it, and now with this new mod, it's escalated that even higher. Now it's almost impossible to put an exact number on how many new upgrades this mod adds, but if you're as much of a fan of the original as I am, then I would absolutely consider downloading this mod. And of course, the final weapon mod for this week's episode is Marksman's Mistress, and you can acquire this weapon via quest, which you can start off in the Corvega assembly plant. Simply pick up the comic in the first room, and this will begin the quest 10 Mistresses, which will then lead you to BAD TFL. Here you will find a memo that will lead you to the exact location of the Markman's Mistress, which just so happens to be incredibly close by.
Excellent.
And in terms of upgrades, you have the choice of 3 capacitors, 3 grips, 2 magazines, 3 sights, 3 muzzles, 4 group colours, and finally 6 different materials. Now not only does this weapon have a quest and upgrades, but it also has lore. The Markman's Mistress was designed by Aurora Cruz, a member of the Corvega design team, to be given away as part of the Corvega sales promotion. Only 10 were made and distributed to winners during the summer of 2077. The drawing was highly suspect, with several wealthy unknown or legally illegible names on the winners lists. So if you're looking for a brand new weapon mod that not only has upgrades, a quest and lore, then maybe this mod is worth a download. Now if you're more of a Fallout New Vegas kind of person, then you can also find this exact mod for said game. And with that, that's going to wrap things up for this mod. and the video for that matter. I hope you all enjoyed the mods here today, and if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you all in the next video.